Momo was the beloved lemur pet of Avatar Aang after his return from 100 years inside of the Ice Berg. But what happened to him after the war? Hit that subscribe button and let's find out. So we don't really have much information at all about the fate of Momo after Avatar The Last Airbender and the conclusion of the war, but we do have one little tidbit from Aang himself. After the birth of Aang's only airbending son Tenzin, he set out to write a journal of the complete history, story, and events of his life up to that point. He wanted to give Tenzin an idea of what Team Avatar had accomplished and how they had bettered the world. Aang also wanted to tell Tenzin that one day he will have to lead a new air nation after his father's death, and so he has laid out lessons and a guide for him to follow. Then on his 6th birthday, Aang gifted the journal to Tenzin, fully knowing that he would not understand most of it for years to come. The reason that Aang gave the journal to Tenzin at such a young age was because of the unfortunate truth that he knew his time was limited. He knew that spending so much time in the Ice Berg had an immense strain on his body, meaning he would not live to the full potential lifespan of a human. Regardless, the journal included a portion about who Appa and Momo were and how to take care of them after Aang was gone. Now in this journal entry, Aang uses the words "Appa and Momo have been my lifelong friends," implying that they are still alive at the time that he is writing this journal. We know from the start of the journal that he begins writing it when Tenzin is a mere 5 years old. Tenzin was born in 119 AG, or after the Air Nomad genocide, and at 5 years old, the year is 124. This means that Aang is writing the journal in 124 AG, and that Momo has survived at least up until that point. He also followed Aang throughout the creation of Republic City, the huge conflict around the Fire Nation colonies and what to do with them after the war, but he never played a major role in it. I mean, what do you expect from a lemur? I mean, Momo is pretty resourceful, but for a lemur, there's not much he could have done. Now, the sad reality is that Momo was likely the last member of his subspecies of lemur. We don't see any descendants or relatives of Momo in the Legend of Korra, and you can be certain that if there was one, Tenzin would have housed it on Air Temple Island. Sadly, I think this is the end of Momo's line and his species. There was likely no female lemurs for Momo to mate with, as they were hunted to extinction following Sozin's attack on the air temples to begin the war. By the time we reached the swamp in the original series, the lemurs are pretty much an urban legend, and some even speculate that Momo is only around because he is the reincarnated spirit of Monk Gyatso who returned to guide Aang down the right path. Truly a sad thing to think about. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe and leave a like, and I will see you in the next video.